let's have a game or a tier maker. The tier maker for this week is Esports series, and this is from the perspective of a viewer.
Okay.
If they were all on simultaneously, which
All right.
one would you put on each time? So the first one of these, this is the DTM competition. This first one.
So the race room.
So on race room, yeah.
I watch this. I mean, it's only once a year, and I am an esports nerd. It does have broadcast. It does have good drivers. It isn't a LAN event, which takes an element away.
It's a few rounds, isn't it? Like 7 rounds?
Yeah. Lots of Germans.
Yeah.
Moritz Lerner's usually first or second. I'd give this a C. Middle of the road. It's not bad, but it's not the most entertaining.
The NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series, of course, the #1 NASCAR series in the world.
I mean, as a
Do they have
co-streamer,
stages?
how do you mean? Sorry.
So in real life NASCAR, you do 100 laps, and they're like, "All right, we've given half the points away now," and then you do another 100 laps, and you get more points.
Haven't come
I
across
think
that.
because the races are 50% length, aren't they? So
Something
I think
like
it
that,
is
they're
literally
long.
just how you do in the race.
I enjoy these. I enjoy it a lot. So I would say B. I think they're fun.
Sure.
And it's for a lot of money, and it gives that intrigue.
Yeah. And a good LAN event. Well, quite a good LAN event at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's not quite...
They do some special rounds with them driving outside the event in the sun. Like the rigs are outside.
Yeah. I've seen bits of that.
Unbelievable.
And good broadcast as well. They do some good features as well before each race.
Really good co-streamers.
Yeah, really fantastic co-streamers. Yeah. ESR R1. I think this is A or B tier, and I know some people are very dismissive of ESR R1. However, I think the way that the format works is good, and their lands are very well done. I think where it falls apart slightly is where the small field sizes.
Yep.
Sometimes the races can be a bit monotonous, where
Yep.
you know who's going to finish in the top 6.
It's very qualifying focused.
Exactly, it's very tricky.
It is exciting, that format with the, what do they call it? Once you've won a race, you unlock...
champions modes or something, isn't it?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I
don't think it can be A, though, actually. Now, I've changed my mind. I think it's B. And the events are too long.
Yeah,
They're
B.
too long.
Some of the races are amazing, but it is such a qualifying format. You quite literally, 90% of the races are just as qualified. And then once you get into championships mode, I think it's championship mode. Once you've got through to the final and you've got the 7 or 8 drivers it is, once you've won a race, you win one more and you win the whole thing regardless of points or something. It's good. But yeah, not A.
F1 sim racing, I think that's A.
It's the most fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's always racing.
Exactly. The slipstream is strong enough and the turbulent air is low enough that racing's very possible, but it's not too easy.
It's all LAN.
All LAN.
Yeah.
Too short a season. There's only 3 LAN events.
It's terribly marketed. I mean, we do this for a living, and we always miss the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
We're like, it's back. Oh, it's 3 weeks ago. Oh.
Yeah.
Terribly advertised. Terrible name. But great drivers. The racing's good. I wouldn't touch it. But...
okay, you wouldn't race, yeah.
Yeah, but we've got these upside down, right, to what I would actually do, right? I would actually drive the DTM.
Sure.
I probably wouldn't drive eNASCAR. I would never drive the F1 sim. So what I would like watching to what I would like doing is completely upside down here.
Our next one is Indycar, the iRacing Indycar Pro Series. Of course, came back last season. I think this is a B or maybe a C.
I think B. B because you always have that tyre element. It never is mundane. You always have that last 10, 15 laps of the transition of the drivers that pulled the gap on the other tyre to the guys on now the prime tyre coming through. Yeah, I think it always makes it exciting.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think it'll be... I don't think they had rain last season either, so I think when they bring in rain for this season, it'll be better. And of course, from the development update earlier on, they did say that the Indycar would be one of the first cars to get the new tyre model. Le Mans Virtual.
The virtual.
Very different.
I mean, this is what is ARF. It was the biggest and best sim racing event I've ever seen. It was also the worst eSport event I've ever. How do we categorize this?
I mean, a B.
An A or an F or B? I don't know. This was brilliant. Verstappen, Baldwin, all the biggest
Broadbent.
names. Yeah. But that's not what we really remember.
No, I'm not a big endurance fan, so it's very different to the rest of these events when you got a 24-hour event. And we are just talking about the 24 hours. I don't think we're talking about the warm-up events to it either.
No, yeah, just the 24. Sure, but I mean, it was fantastic. It was so well done, but servers let them down big time.
Next up, PESC, and we're talking about the Pro Series here, not the All-Stars. Honestly, my first instinct to this is C. I don't think it's as entertaining as ESLR1.
It's not.
No.
I do prefer ESLR1 to watch over PESC. PESC All-Stars is better as well. We should put that in there.
I mean, it genuinely is, right?
Yeah,
it's got a
thank you.
full reverse grid. If PESC had a full reverse for race 2, I think it would be significantly better, yeah.
I feel like they extract some of the entertainment on track choices deliberately. They try and like force the entertainment side. I'm not sure.
They need to. The car's just rubbish for entertaining racing, right? Like the slipstream isn't strong enough, and the turbulence is too much, and the sectors that they go to are too complex that you just have no overtaking. Like,
and do you think
not entertaining?
And this is bad from where I'm saying it. Too many drivers from same team. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take away Redline, Coanda, and Apex.
I mean, at the same time, though, you can have good elements of that, because when everyone's part of a familiar team, then those team rivalries become even stronger. So that it can be used as a positive.
Sure.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. When you got 2 Redline guys at the front, you're like, well, yeah, they're not going to let anyone past. They could just. I mean, they're not going to leave themselves vulnerable. So
yeah. C.
Yeah. Last one, SRO Esports. I never watched one of these events. This is the ACC GT3 World
it
Fanatec
mirrors
GT Championship.
Yeah, it mirrors the IRL Fanatec, GT3. This has always been a big one. It's just not something here at Apex we've ever dabbled in, which is a shame. I think I've mostly followed it through the likes of Baldwin and I think Dara McCormick, I think. Yeah, those two.
Of ACC.
I don't know because we're talking about the broadcast side, aren't we?
Yeah, the entertainment. How inclined would you be to watch?
Yeah, C.
Yeah,
at best.
I think that's fair.
It's not bad. Like, I'm glad the series exists, and yeah, sure, it's not on the sim I super enjoy, but yeah, it's never F1 Esport. F1 is. I know not many people are watching. They probably think I'm mad, but I mean, watch it.
It's another level. Yeah, it is.
Some of the overtaking moves are so superior to real life and way above any other sim that you're going to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, PESC and ESR1, it's cool, but you got like 21 cars in a wave coming through a corner. F1, nah.
And it's always a case of one car gets like a fraction of their car alongside, and then it takes like 5 corners for them to gradually get a bit more alongside until they're finally ahead. With F1, it's just, I'm just going to dive you.
There's a corner there. I'm going to just dive to the corner.
It's much less predictable when it comes to the racecraft.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely the best. Besides, of course, all the Apex Racing League events.
Of course.
That would have been unfair. We would have had to have made an S tier. So that would.
It's a shame we don't have an S tier and it's not just a 24-hour virtual Le Mans sat there on its own undisturbed, because it had everything it needed to be that.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
If their servers hadn't gone down so many times,